It was a dark and foggy morning. Normally you could see Philadelphia off to the left, the Naval Yard off to the right, but not this morning. So today we're in search of the Amatol Raceway, some wooden tomb boards at a cemetery nearby, and scouting out an old stage route. Much of the Hammonton Creek Wildlife Management Area sits on the site of a World War I munitions plant and associated town known as Amytal. This town was built in 1918 with a population of 10,000 at its height. By 1923, the town was gone. In 1926, a portion of the site was purchased to build the Atlantic City Speedway, also known as the Amatol Speedway. Races were held here from 1926 through 1928. These pioneer racers would travel over 100 miles an hour in open-wheeled cars with almost no safety gear on a bank track made of wood. The grandstand could hold up to 60,000 spectators and stood 75 feet high. Record-setting speeds were set here at up to 146 miles per hour. Spectators were also treated to motorcycle races, airplane acrobatics, balloon racing, parachute jumping, and ambulance racing. Note how clear the area was at the time. Racing ended in 1928 due to dangerous conditions, driving on a wooden surface with leaking oil that often caused fires, as well as declining attendance due to the looming depression. For a short while after racing, the track was leased to the Studebaker Company for performance testing, but by 1933 it was closed for good, and much of the wood dismantled for use in local construction projects. All that remains are a few buildings and foundations of the town and a dirt path where the track once stood. End of the racetrack. That would be private property down that way. And this would be racetrack this way. What?
Read down it.
No.
It's a racetrack.
I don't know about speeding if that was a good idea.
Stop. Looks like we're on it now.
Yep. We're on it.
Oh,
Look at this hill.
There's a blue thing.
Giant hill.
it's just one of these again.
Yep.
I see birds.
This goes down here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Looks like people were here recently.
You have to work so many trees here with the
Even with the trees.
Yeah, but it'd be better with a place without all the trees, like that one place over that one time.
Where he specifically went to the back of the town just to go to it. Ooh.
It's kind of hard.
It's true. So,
What is this?
not far from the Speedway, there are a few houses on the side of the road, and if you walk a short distance into the woods, you can find this little cemetery. There are a couple of stones, one broken, one illegible, and then a short distance down through the woods, there was a plot. It looked like maybe 10 graves at this spot. One monument looked like a Civil War type tombstone. The rest were wood markers, all weathered and nothing legible on them at all. Pretty cool little cemetery though. Finally, we headed down by Batstow over to the Washington Turnpike to try to trace out a portion of an old stage route. In a future trip, I want to retrace the Quakers steps from Philadelphia to Tuckerton to their yearly meeting. First up was the Wharton Pit Silo and Barn near the Washington Tavern location. Next, we traveled down the road to Mount. Here's the depression where the Mount Tavern once stood. Well, that's a wrap to another day. I got a lot more research to do, a few more ride outs. So until then, get out there and enjoy.